Hello and welcome back to the channel. Okay, PlayStation had its showcase a few weeks ago, so I just want to catch up on the games. As I like to do, I like to drop a video that just catches up so everyone knows where we are with the games coming out. And what I'm talking about here are games, next-gen games. Not cross-gen games, not last-gen games, but next-gen games. These are games that are only available to be played on the Xbox Series X or Xbox Series Slim and the PS5. So not on the last gen Xbox, Xbox One, or on the PS4, PS5 Pro, or yada yada yada. I hope you can sort of comprehend that. I hope you understand where I'm coming from when I say that, because I'm probably going to get comments from certain fanboys that, like in Twitter, still don't have a clue what next gen is, or even first party. So as I was saying, PlayStation recently had their latest showcase, which to compete with, I don't know, E3 I guess. And a lot of the PlayStation fan base were overly excited and hyped. Still rated it the best show on the planet. Though PlayStation sites weren't too keen, like the majority of people actually didn't rate it very well. They did show some games, but they only really showed two, possibly, they didn't even confirm it, next generation games. So I'm going to put that on the list that we can run through in today's episode. So before I update the games and go through the games that have been announced now by Xbox and PlayStation, I'd just like to cover this point. I get in so many debates with fanboys, especially PlayStation fanboys, that are still unaware of what first, second and third party means. They're still telling me games just because they're exclusive to Sony means they're first party. That's not the case. So I've written it here and to define what it actually is. First party means it's developed and published by. Second party is published by. Third party means Sony or Xbox have paid for exclusivity directly to the publisher. So, like example, first party would be Halo. Second party would be something like Contraband, because they're not making the game but they're publishing it. And then third party, as I said, would be something like, I suppose, for Final Fantasy, if you look at Sony, because Sony are not developing it or publishing it, I don't believe, but they've just paid for exclusivity. All games like Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, or your games, such games like that. So let's get the ball rolling with PlayStation, their first and second party. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what their second party games are, or what's been announced. So if anyone can let me know, I'll add them to the list, but I'm not entirely sure what their second party games are. First party, however, so these are, once again, these are PlayStation 5 next gen first party games and second party games. In 2022, they've got nothing coming out. They've got, I believe, nothing coming out in 2023 either. I mean, there is talk that Spider-Man 2 will release then, but I don't reckon it'll be ready until 2024, to be honest. And then you'll get 2025 Wolverine. So, I mean, I could be wrong. We could get Spider-Man 2 in 2023 and then Wolverine in 2024. Though I still think it'd be 2025 because they've not even got a voice actor for it yet. And it'd be better to, I think, probably have a gap. But this is what I'm kind of predicting already, because I did say it would be out in 2023, and Sony are renowned for delaying their games at least 6 months to a year. So, yes, I reckon we'll get Spider-Man 2 in 2024, 2025. And Sony always tends to be stacked towards the last 3 years of every generation compared to the beginning. And that would sort of follow suit with what they've always done. They've done it on PlayStation 4, they've done it on PlayStation 3. That's generally what they do. So, that's really the PlayStation 5 lineup of first and second party. As I said, I'm not completely aware of the second party games they've got coming. So 2022, they've got no next gen games. They have got cross gen games. So they've got Horizon Zero Dawn's releasing next year, and possibly Gran Turismo 7. 2022, possibly 23. I reckon it's more likely 23 will be God of War. So it's not that they won't have any games; they just won't have any next gen first or second party games. So, or second parties I'm aware of. So that's the PlayStation 5. What they've got. Let's look at the Xbox. And there we go. So next year in 2022, we've got. I put down Forza Motorsport. I still think this is a complete reboot. It's not Forza Motorsport 8. Will we be at now? It's actually just called Forza Motorsport because they're rebooting it. And I still believe this is going to come out next year, 2022, probably around September, August, September. I still firmly believe they don't usually announce the racing games until 6 months before the actual release. So that's why I still think this will come out next year, and we'll probably see it at E3, and then it will release 6 months probably after that. But I'm still sure Forza Motorsport will release next year. And then we've got Redfall, as we know, has been confirmed for next year, which is a new IP. And sorry, on the last thing I didn't mention that Wolverine is actually a new IP as well. So we've got Redfall, which is a new IP, which is actually going to be a big open world game, kind of like Borderlands. See, it's a bit different from what I imagined it at first. When I was watching it, I thought it'd be like sort of your Left 4 Dead kind of style games. But it's not. It's actually going to be a big, massive open world vampire game, much along the theme of like Borderlands. So I'm quite really interested in that. It sounds really good because it could be 4-player co-op as well. And then of course we've got Starfield, which is also a new IP. That's in 2022. 2023. So these are my predictions now. I believe we will see Hellblade 2, and I think at the Game Awards they will probably show some gameplay of that as well. So we've got Hellblade 2. I reckon will release in 2023. Then we have Contraband, which is a new IP. That's second party. I think that's being made by Avalanche and published by Xbox. Then we have Outer Worlds 2. Now I've got a feeling this is going to come out sooner than we think, because I heard somewhere that they actually are further along the game than people think, and it's quite close to sort of, I would say close. I mean, this is 2 years away, so it's still not close to completion, but I think it's going to come out sooner than what people believe. 2024 we have Avowed, which is a new IP. We have State of Decay 3, I think that will release as well in 2024. And also the Fable reboot, that will release in 2024. So that's quite a stacked year. That's some quite big games there. And 2025, Everwild. Now Everwild was recently had a new director and a new team and stuff, and the game's sort of almost been sort of rebooted and redone. And I think someone was happy with the way it was going, so that's going to be redone now, so I don't think that'll be out till 2025, but that is a new IP. We have Perfect Dark, which is a reboot, which is made by Initiative, and then I've thrown there Indiana Jones. Now this is, I'm not entirely sure, this could be second party, I'm not entirely sure if this will be exclusive, but I'll put it on there anyway. I could have put Elder Scrolls 6 on there actually, because I believe that will be exclusive, and possibly released in 2025 as well, so I could have put that on there. But Indiana Jones I put on there because it's being made by an Xbox studio, but it's owned by LucasArts, so it's still published by a second party. So it'd probably be second party. In fact, I don't know why I didn't highlight that. Okay, so Xbox first and second party is pretty stacked compared to the PlayStation 5, which has 2 next-gen games. As you can see there, that's 12 next-gen games. I mean, let's just take out Indiana Jones, for example, and we can throw in Elder Scrolls 6. It's still got 12 confirmed next-gen games, and this is without confirming any other new games that are coming out or being worked on by, there's loads of other studios that are not even mentioned, like In Exile. Who's the one that done the weird game? I can't remember. There's loads of studios that are still not mentioned what games they're working on. So it'd be interesting to see what they're doing. And then we've got things like Doom. They could be making another Doom. They could be making another Wolfenstein. So many other games that we've not heard from. So that's the Xbox show. So lineup of games to come. So let me know, please, what you're thinking. Is there a second party PlayStation games I've missed? If there is, I'll add them to my list. Just put it in the comments below. Give me information and I'll keep us all up to date and keep the list up to date. Let me know what you're looking forward to on both sides. And what do you think of Xbox and how they're going with their confirmed games, and what do you think for the release dates? Please like, please sub, please share this out where you can, especially on Twitter. Get it out to as many people as possible. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye for now.